What's going on, y'all? Back here again with another long-awaited video. It's been a while since I've gotten on camera, and I am rusty. As I've just recorded like 20 to 30 minutes of video, and my audio was all off. So I gotta do it again. But anyway, welcome to 2018. Even though I'm finna talk about 2017. But before I get into that, it's been a while since I've appeared on video. Technically, the last video I did was like a month or two ago, where I did like the mobile video tips or whatnot. So if y'all want to check that out, that's still up. But the last time I was on video, I did a joint review of Power, the season finale of Power. So that was last summer. So it's been a long time since I've been on camera. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to be doing my top hip-hop albums of 2017. I already posted this a couple days back, but I want to do a video version of it. But I'll also get into some other miscellaneous things, talk about kind of like the R&B scene. Even though I don't listen to much new R&B, I wanted to get into that as well. But yeah, I'm gonna try to cut this video down since I've already went through a rough draft of what I want to say, I guess. So all I gotta do is just say it again. But anyway, so before I get into my list, let's talk about R&B, because I really don't listen to much R&B as far as new mainstream, so to say. Probably my top picks of the year would probably be SZA. She had a very good year. I pretty much like anybody off of TDE. I'm already biased. Of course, King Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, Absol, J-Rock, and now SZA. It's her turn. You forgot about Isaiah Rashad, bruh. Put some respect on his name, man. Such to Ray. Go listen to that. Even though it's like 2015, 2016. Go listen to that. That was a good album, too. Back to the video. And she had a pretty good year. Black. Even though his album came out in like late 2016. Yeah, I gotta say, I've been bumping him all year this year. So Black is another favorite of mine. And other than that, I really haven't listened to anybody else. I did listen to the Bryson Tiller album. I think for his sophomore album, I don't think it was a good effort. Like, if you compare it to Trap Soul, it was just okay, to be honest, for me. And I guess I got to talk about Chris Brown and his 40-song album that I'm not going to listen to. I'm pretty sure it probably is some good songs on there, but I'm not listening to it. So moving on to the next. All right, y'all, so getting into my top 10 list here, not in any particular order because I don't have that kind of brain power right now. But, you know, if y'all know me, y'all already know who number one is, and I'm going to save him for last. So, but anyway, let me find my list real quick. Here we go. All right, so before I get into that, let's talk about honorable mentions and the people that didn't make the list. Rick Ross, Rather You Than Me. I think this has been his, best album in a while. I think the last album I really enjoyed was probably Mastermind, and Triller is still my favorite to date, even though that album is like old as hell, and man, that original Maybach, you can't beat that, man. Maybach music. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna try to move fast. Some people I'll get into more in depth. Some people I won't. But this one, 21 Savage, is an album. Man, this dude caught me by surprise. I was ready to trash this album. I didn't think I was gonna like it. Now, honestly, the substance is still not there. This is 21 Savage we're talking about here, but I'll give him credit on that Nothing New song. Got real deep on that one, and I gotta say it's probably my favorite track on there. Probably like the latter half of the album I like, but I could go through and listen to pretty much the whole album. Some tracks are just okay, but yeah, man, 21 had a pretty good year, I ain't even gonna lie, and this album did catch me by surprise. I liked it more than I thought I did. So 21, good job. But anyway, moving on to my official, well, let me stop. this guy did not make the honorable. He didn't even make the honorable mention. Um, and this is probably my letdown of the year, and it has to go to Eminem. I don't know what that was he put out. I went back and listened to it a couple times just to make sure. Maybe it's me. Maybe something wrong with me. Maybe let me go back and listen to it. And I did. I went back and listened, and I like a couple tracks, but man, I'm like all the pop features really hurt this album. I did not like that Pink song and the Skylar Grey. That's getting a little bit old. She's like on every album he puts out. I did like the one with Ed Sheeran, River. I like that one. Probably like the first couple tracks of the album I did enjoy. I like Walk on Water. It's kind of catchy. I Walk on Water. It's catchy, but I don't think he should have came out with that first. For an album called Revival, this album just didn't sound like upbeat or positive at all. It was just, kind of like this self-doubt, relationship issues, and of course the obligatory Haley song. Haley is what, like, she's got to be like in her late 20s or something now, or early 20s. The girl is grown, stop singing about it. I don't know, maybe that was a little insensitive, but yeah. I respect the growth and maturity of Eminem, and I don't expect him to go back to Slim Shady, but I think he could have came out to something a little bit harder than this for an album called Revival. I just expected something different. And another big thing that hurt with this album is all the Trump references. I'm like, we get it, man. He did the campaign speech song. He did the diss at BET Awards. I just feel like this album was just littered with Trump disses. I'm not a Trump supporter. But at the same time, I just feel like it just got kind of stale. And at times, I'm not saying he's not genuine or legit. I just feel like this album is kind of marketed towards the urban folks, with the whole Trump diss. I feel like it's kind of a marketing ploy. But that's just me. But yeah, man, I guess he ain't got nothing left to prove, man. I wouldn't mind if he didn't come out with another album, but if he is gonna put something else out, don't put this out again. I'm trying to avoid cussing. But anyway, yeah. So now with that being said, let's get back positive. I got on my negative tip for this. But anyway, top 10. J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only. Yes, I know it came out in 2016, but it was close enough to 2017 because it was already towards the end of the year. And I was bumping this probably the first half of 2017. A lot of mixed reactions with this one. A lot of people say it's too slow. I like it, man. I like every song on here. I like the whole dual perspective he had on the last song, which is called For Your Eyes Only. And man, just like maybe because I'm like that jazzy type dude, I was feeling the production on here. But for those who might want, kind of like some bangers or something like that, it's probably not the album for you. But I did like J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only, even if it was in December 2016. Okay. But anyway, that's probably the only exception. Everything else was in 2017. Second, Joyner Lucas, 508-507-2209. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it now. My favorite song is probably I'm Sorry. Also, FYM. You figure out what that means. But it had Mystical on that one. Other than that, because I don't want this video to run over, I'm not going to get too much into it, but let's talk about that I'm Not Racist video, man. Just real quick, I liked the video, I did, but I can understand from the people that didn't like it. He spoke from two different perspectives, the white guy and the black guy, which he does in his music a lot. And I think just storytelling wise, he's got to be like the storyteller of the year, y'all. I think he does it even better than like Kendrick or Cole. Just go back and look at his videos, Ross Cappuccini, I'm Sorry, Keep It 100. Go back and look at those videos on YouTube. They're amazing. But anyway, yeah, with this video, which is also an amazing video, from the white perspective, I gotta be honest, he came the white guy came with, like, I guess you say, better punchlines, and just, if it was a diss track, he would win. And a lot of people feel like, from the black perspective, even though he did say some good things, I just don't think he came as strong. And the whole you don't know about Kool-Aid and fried chicken and 2 Chainz and 2-Step. I'm like, man, what? So I can understand that part. So if you try to make an argument and you bringing up stereotypes about black people, and you're black, and that part, I guess it just depends on your perspective. But yeah, as far as like on the white side, he was talking about maybe you wouldn't get outed by the police if you didn't sag or had do-rags, which is not 100% true. But even as like black folks, we say these things among ourselves. Say for the older crowd, for instance, they say, if you pull your pants up and all those things that the white guy said, like an older black person might say to a young guy, like, hey, change your appearance, you might go somewhere in life. And like it's kind of hard, because honestly, I agreed with some points from the white guy that Joyner Lucas was rapping from, because even like, I don't know about me, but I know I don't know about y'all, but I know me, and maybe like circles I've hang with, there is a distinguish between black folks and niggas. So if y'all go back to, it's an old stand-up by Chris Rock, and he speaks on this himself. So as black folks in our community, we talk about this. I know I do. And it's it's kind of a joke sometimes, but at the same time it's kind of real. We look at those folks that's I guess you could say ghetto or ratchet thugging. Oh man, them niggas ain't nothing. Them niggas over there. All that stuff. But I that's just my perspective. But I know some of y'all have heard that distinguish between within the black race. But yeah, I don't want to get off on a tangent too much on that. Yeah, let's go ahead and just move on to the next. But yeah, man, Joyner Lucas had a good year. I just wish him and Logic would get along, because I like both of them. But they ain't really feeling each other right now. Or should I say, Joyner Lucas, he real salty. But I wish they'd just come together and do a good track, because they pretty much on the same level. They talk about the same things. With the whole suicide, with Logic with his 1-800 song and stuff like that, and Joyner Lucas with I'm Sorry. All right, y'all. So trying to stay on the 20 minutes here, so I'm probably gonna move a little bit faster now. I think I stayed a little bit too long on that topic. Joey Badass, All American Badass. Really thought he did a good job not staying in that like boom bap East Coast rap vibe, even though I like that sound. I'm kind of glad he got himself out that box, and it was like production wise, it was a lot of variety, and I pretty much enjoyed just about the whole album. There were some political moments on this album, but he didn't go overboard like Eminem did, with the Trump disses and all that stuff. Favorite track on here probably would have to be him and the song with him and Schoolboy Q on it. I can't remember the track right now, but it's probably my favorite one. But moving on. Big Crit, Forever Is a Mighty Long Time. So for all my Meridian Mississippiers out there, I don't know if that's a term, but yeah. If y'all know me, I'm originally from Meridian, Mississippi, which is where Crit is from. But honestly, because I'm from there, I gotta say I don't listen to much of his music. His last album was Catalactica, I think. But that was on Def Jam. I think he's independent now. So, and I think it showed through his music that he put out this year, because that album it's amazing. I probably would say I like the first half because it's a dope album. I like the first half better than the second half, but as a whole, it's a good listen. But other than that, yeah, man. Big Crit had a good year, but good album, and I'll be looking out more from him from now on. So he's caught my attention. Uh, okay, number 5, Jay-Z 444. What can I say about this album? It was different, from the whole Picasso paintings and Maybachs and all that stuff like that. He talked about like a lot of personal issues on here, with his infidelity with Beyonce, I'm guessing, or whatnot. But yeah, Jay-Z came strong and he showed that deep sales. So, it was a real good album. A lot of substance, real deep and lyrical as well. But moving on, Meek Mill, wins and losses. Meek Mill got on he was kind of deep with it this year too. I think this was probably his best album to date. Kind of a shame, with the whole jail thing he's going through right now. I think that situation is kind of weird, but hopefully he gets out, earlier than expected, and then really, gets back that momentum that he's gonna lose, because he's sitting in jail right now. But like I said, album, real good album. Favorite tracks would probably be Issues and 1942 Flows, but I did enjoy pretty much the album as a whole. Next was Drake, his arch nemesis. I don't really know if they beefing like that anymore though. More Life, even though it's a playlist and not an album per se. But anyway, y'all, More Life, I did not like More Life at first. I listened to it the first time. I actually did 2 reviews on this. My first listen review, which are very bad. Don't do reviews based off first listens. Give it at least a week. But anyway, yeah. I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth at first because of the whole Caribbean thing, and it's just getting a little bit old. But I went back and listened to it, and even those songs, like Blim and Madiba Redeem, I think that's the name of the song, I enjoyed those. But I think my favorite one was probably Teenage Fever, because I like that 90s Drake. I like that about Drake. He uses, he has that 90s flavor to him. So yeah, I like that song. Definitely my favorite on there. But other than that, yeah, looking back over it as a whole, I think I enjoyed just about every song on this album. So I can't front, I will have to put Drake on my top 10 this year with More Life. But next is Big Sean, I Decided. Like my previous picks, I would have to say this is also his best album to date. I think he really growed and matured with this album. It has a lot of substance to it, good lyrics. Also some bangers on there as well. But other than that, yeah, Big Sean had a pretty good year too. I just think he maybe needs to stop coming after Kendrick because he ain't gonna win that one. You ain't gonna win that one, buddy. Okay, so moving on to the next one, Logic, Everybody. I gotta say I like this album the least from his other 2 albums that he put out. But after listening to it a couple times, it took me a couple listens, but I did like it. I think the production kind of threw me off at first, and also the concept of the album, kind of put a bad taste in my mouth because, he was talking about this album is going to be from the perspective of different people, and he did talk about the whole suicide issue and stuff like that, but mostly it just felt like he was saying I'm black because of the whole biracial thing. But other than that, Logic put it down once again, and I expect another, good album from him. Hopefully it won't be convoluted as this one was, but from just from a whole, I like the album. And saving my best one for last, King Kendrick, down. But anyway, yeah, with this album, I'm still trying to decide whether I like it better than To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City. Each one of them has their own strengths. But with this one, I gotta say he hit the nail on the head and had the perfect formula. I think he just has something for everybody on here. It has the bangers. It has the deep lyrics for the backpackers out there. It has the love song for the girls. Got some good storytelling on here with the last song, Duckworth. But yeah, man, I think Kendrick came with it on this one, and it was like a 180 from To Pimp a Butterfly. because he was like, hey, I can still make hits. Don't play me weak now. So I think that's pretty much what he did with this album. And as you can see, he had Humble, Love, Loyalty, DNA, just, you know, all kind of hits from this album. But other than that, y'all, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here because I'm over my time. But if y'all stuck with me this far, man, I thank y'all for putting up with my inconsistency. Hopefully in 2018, you know, we'll get this on track and I'll be more consistent with things. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it, y'all. And I hope to see more of y'all, or hope y'all see more of me in 2018. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, give this video a like and comment. I'm pretty sure I said all that backwards, but y'all know everything else YouTubers say. But I'll see y'all next time. Peace.